Hello, thank you for joining us. I'm Emerson Sutton, ACA Young Supporter.
And I'm Tiana Moore, ACA Young Supporter.
And I am Jacqueline Malcolm, ACA Trustee. And we are here to introduce the Action for Children's Arts JM Barrie Awards 2020.
For the first time, we are presenting the ceremony digitally, which is quite hard to say.
It's such a shame we can't be together, but on the plus side, it means you can watch it again.
And you can find it afterwards on our website.
As you know, it's been a terrible year for the arts. And yet so many artists have found inventive and wonderful ways to still share their skills and creativity with young audiences.
And we salute absolutely everyone who has brought the arts to children in 2020. Rest assured you have the ongoing support of Action for Children's Arts.
And thanks to the generosity of our members, we will continue championing and campaigning on your behalf for the children in the UK and beyond. Enjoy the show.
So now, please welcome Chair of Action for Children's Arts, Vicky Ireland.
Hello, and welcome to this year's digital JM Barrie Awards. I'm Vicky Ireland, and I'm the very proud chair of Action for Children's Arts, a charity which was started in 1998 to campaign for the importance of the arts in the lives of children 0 to 12 years and to celebrate all those who give their time and talent in creating this work. In order to honour these dedicated people, we have created the JM Barrie Award, which is given annually to a children's arts practitioner or organisation in recognition of a lifetime's achievement in delighting children, and whose work, in the view of the trustees, will stand the test of time. So it is with great pride that I announce this year's winner to be the wonderful Anna Hume, OBE, for her outstanding contribution to children's television. Congratulations, Anna.
Before we hear from some of Anna's previous colleagues, here are some highlights from her brilliant career.
Now we're inside, let's look around.
Tell you, if he keeps on at me, I'm going to belt him one.
He's knocking into the middle of next week, and you know it, will he?
Look, there's land below.
Even Mortimer was pleased to take a shower.
Oh, nag, nag, nag. She don't really love me at all.
Who are you? We want to help you. We're your friends.
Haven't got any.
They've taken Mum.
I know. Don't worry about it. She's playing her part. I'm playing mine.
Oh, Elton, it's you. Come in, sit yourself down. How did the helicopter landing go?
No problem, this is gone.
The cat, something's gone wrong.
We're go ball family.
Here's a former colleague and disrupting influence from the days Anna spent in ITV. He continues to be a good friend now, John Dale.
So when did I first meet him? Well, I was working at the Royal Court Theatre, attempting to direct plays, and I wrote her and I said, I'm really interested in working in children's television. And much to my amazement, she said, well, come and see me then. So I did. I went and saw the great woman who I'd seen so much of her stuff, and I went and saw her. And she said, after a few minutes of listening to me rambling on, what is it you really want to do? And I said, well, I suppose I want to disrupt things. And she smiled and she said, well, you don't want to do that here, not at the BBC. But where I'm going might be very useful. Now, I didn't know what that meant at the time, but 2 weeks later, she rang me and she said, I'm here now. And I went, good, where's that? And she said, I'm in ITV. Anna had won herself a franchise. It's important not to underestimate how brave this was. There was Anna, a bastion of public service broadcasting, children's broadcasting, moving across quite deliberately to the dark side. a dark side where risk was a calculated commercial cost. And yet, Anna didn't show any doubts whatsoever. She stormed in and was almost cavalier about the risks that she asked us to take. She asked me to create a Saturday morning programme. She said, you know, be disruptive, John, come on, get on with it. So I came up with number 73, and when I was pitching it to her, she said, well, who are the presenters then? And I said, well, there aren't any presenters, Anna. It's unknown actors in character for an hour and 3/4 inside a house in a kind of soap opera, which is interrupted by kind of magazine items and the Rugby Union England football team coming out of the downstairs loo and Elton John playing in the cellar. And she didn't blink an eyelid. She just said, great, give it me in 12 weeks. 12 weeks? It was on air in 12 weeks.
Hey, you! Hey, you! Get ready, get on your feet, get into gear and hit the street. Hey, you! Get moving, it's not too far, you're looking good, strong as you are. Hey, you! You never know what you see when you through that door with the 7-3. Never seen nothing, no, not like this place. Never been, no, no way, not ever, no. Never seen no place, no way similar, not like 73. Hey, you get ready, get on your feet, get into gear and hit the street. It's you that we want to see, so get down to 73. Get down to 73, hey, you get down to 73.
Anna very quickly began to have an impact on children's ITV. She pioneered a new drama strand called Dramarama, a series of one-off plays, many of which were quite challenging. I remember doing one called Frog, which was a political allegory that was pretty close to the bone, and also The Young Person's Guide to Getting Their Ball Back, which was mentioned in Parliament not entirely favourably several times. TVS was a very ambitious ITV company, and Anna played a significant role in a wide area of programming and commercial business development. Despite this incredibly busy schedule, running between London, Southampton and Maidstone, well, not exactly running, the chauffeur was a nice guy, but she was so busy, and yet she found time to make sure that we all had a bit of time to be with her, to talk to her about our careers, where we wanted to go. Incredibly generous. And one particular example stands out for me. She'd spent a long time developing a new drama series for primetime ITV, a big drama series called Knights of God. It was a project very dear to her heart, and I know she really wanted to produce it. But it was so difficult in her position, and she offered it to me, a real big break for me. And it was a fantastic opportunity. But the great thing was, she was absolutely brilliant in the way she helped me in a kind of tough way, as always with Anna, to grow and make this the best thing I could do. And for that, I will never, never be able to thank her enough. We missed Anna when she left ITV and went back to the BBC. But she went on and did some remarkable things, as we all know, in children's television, both nationally and internationally. But she left me with a skill which I hadn't anticipated. She helped me understand something about my storytelling skills, such as they are. And that is that they're applicable everywhere, even outside broadcasting. That storytelling, she taught me, was a kind of DNA that's in the globe. It's in our world. And that was really valuable to understand. So she's now got the Lifetime Achievement Award. Just think about it. Nah, she hasn't anything like finished yet.
As you can imagine, we're all feeling a bit fragile.
Hey Dawn, is this supposed to be like that, the smell of old jeans?
Former head of BBC Children's, now Director of Partnerships, BBC Nations and Regions, and children's TV fanboy, Joe Godwin.
1964 was quite a year for British children's television. BBC Two started, and it was the year that Anna Hume joined the BBC Children's Department. I was born in 1964, as was Play School, the programme that for people of my generation defined our preschool world. It was also the programme that brought the name Anna Hume into millions of homes every day. Those programmes, the memories, the stories, the faces, had a profound effect on me, as they did so many other children. The things we watch and love when we're very little can shape the rest of our lives. They can positively shape our values, our curiosity about the world, and even our ambitions. And in my case, watching Play School, Jackanory and Blue Peter shaped a very specific ambition, that I wanted to be part of that world. I wanted to be inside the box of delights. Even though I grew up knowing Anna's name, if not how to pronounce it, it wasn't until 25 years later that I actually met her. I did eventually break into the BBC, and in 1989 found myself sitting in the East Tower of Television Centre, and to a TV obsessive like me, Television Centre was the centre of the universe. But that wasn't all. I was sitting in the office of Anna Hume, the name I'd known since I was a little kid, and she was interviewing me for a job. I can't remember what I said or what I was asked, but somehow I got the job, and that was the start of more than 20 years in BBC Children's, inspired by Anna and enabled by Anna. By the time I joined the department, children's television was very different from 1964. Then there hadn't been much apart from Play School and Blue Peter. There were lots of cartoons, lots of acquisitions, much more than people often remember, and there was no homemade children's drama. Anna played a crucial role in changing that, adapting books, directing series, and as she still does today, championing the importance of children's television and especially children's drama. With dramas like The Changes in 1975, Anna led the revival of British television drama made specifically for a young audience. And in commissioning Grange Hill in 1978, she shaped the lives and future memories of a whole new generation of children. 20 years after sitting in Anna's office in the East Tower, it was now my office, and I was head of BBC Children's. But Anna continued to play a vital role in the well-being of children's television. She didn't really retire. She became chief executive of the Children's Film Foundation, chair of Save Kids TV, wrote the seminal Into the Box of Delights, and remains a leading campaigner in the UK and around the world for the right of children to see their lives reflected in high-quality drama made for them. When I was running the department, Anna was always supportive and wise, but never shied away from telling me when we were getting it wrong. For more than 55 years, she's been a determined and tenacious champion, and this award is so well deserved. And I'm very grateful to Action for Children's Arts for giving me the opportunity to say thank you on behalf of so many current and former children to you, Anna. Not bad for someone described in an early BBC rejection letter as not suitable for television.
Television producer, writer and artist Jeremy Swan.
I first met Anna in 1967 when I went to work on Jackanory as the assistant floor manager. Anna was in charge of Jackanory. Eventually she made me a director on the programme.
Jackanory.
Jackanory wasn't exactly Cagney and Lacey, but had had equal dramatic demands. Anna administrated the programme with academic expertise and heavily laced showbiz enthusiasm. Kenneth Williams' first Jackanory was a book called The Land of Green Ginger. In his autobiography, Just Williams, he writes, "I made a mistake because I spoke slowly and deliberately during the rehearsals. And Anna Hume, the producer, told me, never sound as if you're patronising the young. Take it at the same speed you normally use with all your own vocal gear changes and mannerisms. Children like that. Where the script requires a gallop, take the bit between your teeth. They'll follow you." Kenneth said to me later, "Oh, that Anna, she's bristling with brains." Anna is a loyal and close friend to many of us. Every summer she hosts a party in our house in Battle. There was no party this year, sadly, because of the pandemic. But previous years are a fond recollection of a joyous reunion accompanied by a positive Niagara of wine. Within the vast span of our international friends is Dr. Patricia Edgar, who was the head of the Australian Children's Television Foundation. Anna sent me to Melbourne to work on the development of scripts for a series called Round the Twist. The BBC was a financial contributor for the shows. One script heavily featured turtle preservation. I felt it wouldn't hold water in every sense with our UK audiences. The Australians weren't best pleased with my lack of enthusiasm for the turtles, but nevertheless produced a new script. It was centred on the little boy in the series miserably losing out on a schoolyard competition with his mates. But he helps a water sprite, whose home is about to be damned, and the grateful water sprite makes the boy win the school competition. Great, I exclaimed. We love little boys in school competitions and prefer water sprites to turtles. Write it, write it, write it. They were very pleased with my acclamation. As I left the room, I asked, by the way, what's the school competition that the little boy was failing in with his mates? The Australian's eyes twinkled naughtily. Who can pay the highest? Whoops. Well, calling the episode Little Squirt. Crikey. I said I'd better run the plot through the BBC executive producer, so I stayed up half the night to ring Anna at the start of her UK day. What do you think of a Who Can Pee the Highest competition in Round the Twist? She gave a beat pause, then asked, how did the girls fare?
Now, as is our tradition, the JM Barrie Award is always presented by a young person. And I'd like to introduce you to my young person today, who's going to give the award. And you are?
Mariella.
And how old are you?
4.5.
And this is the wonderful award. Would you like to say a few words to Anna?
Yes.
Go on then.
Thank you, Anna, for the lovely television.
And shall we say a well done?
And well done.
Well done. Here you are. This is for you.
Thank you to ACA for this award. I'm honoured to join the distinguished list of previous winners. The work ACA does is crucial, particularly now, in ensuring that children have access to and participation in the arts, both inside and out of school. Children's arts and children's media are intertwined. My career, apart from a brief and undistinguished period as a supply teacher, which taught me more than it taught the kids, has been in media. I started in a black and white 2-channel world and now live in a multi-channel, multi-platform, global universe, which is constantly changing. I've always worked for the young audience, despite well-meaning advice about moving into a higher profile, better financed, grown-up television world. But I never made that change. Why? Because children are a fantastic audience to work for, open-minded, responsive, appreciative, eager. They devour content, and at the heart of that content is story, delivered in a wide variety of ways. And what is so rewarding about this audience is that they remember and later value much of what they see. This is education in the widest possible sense. What could be better than meeting a grown-up in a lift who says, I saw that programme when I was young, and it had a big influence on me. In this uncertain, pandemic-ridden world, organisations like Action for Children's Arts and the Children's Media Foundation have important roles to play in making sure that today's children have great arts and media experiences and remember them as fondly as their parents did. In my media career, I have made many great friends, a few enemies, and had a great deal of fun. Thank you for this. I'm really honoured.
So thank you everyone for watching this year's digital ACA JM Barrie Award. And thank you to everyone who helped us to make it happen. We are so, so grateful. And congratulations to Anna, our very worthy winner, and to all the amazing people who work in the arts for children. Please support Action for Children's Arts so we can carry on with our work. The arts give pleasure, relaxation, and joy. Ingredients which our children so badly need at the moment in these difficult times. It costs £30 a year to become a member, so please visit our website, www.childrensarts.org.uk, and join us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Please help us to carry on helping everyone in our industry. To become a member of the Action for Children's Arts costs just £30 per year.
Or you can make a one-off payment of £1 million. Either way, help the charity to continue campaigning, championing, and supporting as many people as possible.
From children in schools to the practitioners who fuel our imagination, you benefited from the arts as a child. Please don't let this generation or the next be any different.
Thanks again for watching this year's JM Barrie Awards. We hope you've enjoyed it, and please visit our website to find out more.
Until next year, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.